to be here. It's particularly interesting to follow the previous panel because it's very pertinent to the subject matter I want to discuss today very briefly with you. Thanks a million to Accenture. What a fantastic morning. Really incredible to see such a turnout and such great speakers. Hopefully most of you know Silicon Republic here. If you don't, we're Ireland's online technology and innovation news service. We've actually been going for 11 years. So we're big into online and we've been tweeting and things like that for a very long time. I thought I was quite inspired by something Emer said. I think I'm going to ask my team to start tweeting me instead of emailing me because within 140 characters I think is a really good call because there is a lot of overkill in communications. I'm here to talk about an issue very close to our hearts here, very close to the hearts of our founder partners as well, one of them which is Accenture, so I really want to thank Accenture and Mark, who's here as well, who's a real champion for the cause. Also Intel, with whom we originally hatched the plan, and the Irish Research Council, who are very passionate about this whole area as well. So it's International Women's Day, so appropriately enough, I'm going to start with a bloke. There you go. Many of you probably know this. Paula, I know you were following the World Economic Forum in Davos. This is Klaus Schwab. He's actually the executive chairman and founder of the World Economic Forum. So in Davos earlier this year, there was, I don't know whether those of you who followed noticed, but there was a very strong undercurrent about this subject. And this is what Klaus had to say. Women account for 1/2 of the potential talent base throughout the world. Therefore, over time, a nation's competitiveness depends significantly on whether and how it educates and utilizes its female talent. Now, this isn't rocket science, but we continue to see extremely low participation by women, and particularly in these areas of science, engineering, and technology. And these are arguably the industries of tomorrow, and particularly for a country like Ireland, where it's such a crucial part of our ecosystem. The research keeps coming. I'm not going to blind you with statistics. I don't have a huge amount of time, and there'll be a lot of statistics coming out in International Women's Day. This was some research done by the European Commission. The new research comes out in June. They found rather optimistically that the share of women among scientists and engineers had grown but stood at around 32% across Europe. Don't anybody get smug about this because there are a couple of countries who skew those figures hugely. A couple of countries like, for example, Lithuania, believe it or not, who have really tackled this issue head on. The figure is far lower in Ireland, I think you'll all appreciate. This is very much a global problem, by the way. And this is other research that came out back in October. And it's a problem that's hitting developed economies, not just the developing world. This is the wonderful Nancy Hopkins, for those of you who are not familiar with her. She's from MIT. I had the privilege to see her speak in Dublin earlier this week. Her work at MIT pioneered national efforts within the US to increase the participation of women in the whole area of STEM. She cited some rather frightening research which came out only last year. And it was about unconscious gender bias. It was done by Yale University just in 2012, and they found under blind testing that both men and women overvalued work they believed to be done by men and undervalued work they believed to be done by women. And please note, that's men and women. So we have a perception issue as well that we all have to tackle. There are many great initiatives in this area, loads of people doing great work, but there was just a very interesting finding in the Global Gender Gap Report in 2012. They actually found the perception, as we know, is often that women leaders' barriers are things like discrimination, things like labour law, childcare, etc. But their finding was actually that role models was one of the really big things that was missing, a lack of role models. So as I say, we want to try and tackle this. As a member of the media, we feel that we have a sort of a reach that a lot of the grassroots initiatives just don't have. For example, in Silicon Republic, we've 330,000 unique visitors a month. We have a reach that really most people can't get. So we're launching this campaign, Women Invent Tomorrow. As I say, it's supported by Accenture, Intel, and the Irish Research Council. I don't have time to tell you a huge amount about it today, but I can tell you quickly what it won't look like. I can tell you what it will look like. What we're trying to do is to profile truly inspiring women in these areas of engineering, science, technology, etc. This is Lorraine Hanlon. She's an astrophysicist in UCD. I don't ever remember seeing her in the media before, but there you go. We've just profiled her. We'll be doing profiles of tech entrepreneurs, software developers, etc. And that's more or less what you can expect. Why am I standing up here today? I want to call to all of you in the industry to keep an eye out. If you are aware of inspiring women, inspiring role models in this area, please approach us. I'm putting up contact details there. 2 of them relate to Twitter, given the Twitter conversation that's appropriate. So you can contact us by that email address. Please don't inundate us with things that aren't related to this. We're already receiving a lot. But you can also follow us. Our hashtag on Twitter is WomenInvent, and at Silicon Republic is the handle. I really want to emphasize this isn't a women's issue. This is an issue for the prosperity of Ireland, etc. We need the talent, the creativity, the brains of women if we're going to solve these incredibly important issues in everything from climate change to food security, etc. Sorry, just want to finish up one last thing. So look, if you point us in the right direction, we'll chase these people down, we'll profile them, etc. We're also going to do a lot of other side initiatives, from outreach campaigns, competitions, etc. We're going to commission some independent research, and we'll be sort of finishing up the year with what was originally planned as 50 women in science, technology, engineering and maths, but which is more and more starting to look like it might be 100. Again, I just want to finish on one last note. I'm going to dispel a few of the stereotypes as well. Like many women here that I know, I'm a huge soccer fan. And I'm going to steal a line here shamelessly from Brendan Cannon, who I know is in the audience there, so I feel I can do it when he's here. The really important thing, and Brendan said this recently, is unlike Trapattoni, we just don't think that you can leave half the talent at your disposal behind and still win the game.